Good evening, sir. I am here to discuss or answer several questions about marine environment. The first question is, what is marine environment? Marine habitats are habitats that support marine life. Marine life depends in some way on the salt water that is in their sea. A habitat is an ecological or environmental area inhabited by one or more living species. The marine environment supports many kinds of these habitats. The second question is, what are the major sources and impact of marine pollution and its hazard to human, animal, and shipping industry? Through drains, sewage, outfalls, industrial outfalls, direct littering, while 20% comes from marine-based activities such as illegal dumping and shipping for transport, tourism, and fishing. Plastics are estimated to represent between 60 and 80% of the total marine debris, and it can lessen the fast transportation and shipping in good another country. Next is explain Marpol Convention. History when it was adopted, entered into force, and its objectives, including all the regulations of Marpol Annex 1 to 6. The International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships MARPOL is the main international convention covering prevention of pollution of marine environment by ships from operational or accidental causes. The MARPOL Convention was adopted on 2 November 1973 at IMO. The Protocol of 1978 was adopted in response to spate of tanker accidents in 1976 to 1977. As the 1973 MARPOL Convention had not yet entered into force, the 1978 MARPOL Protocol absorbed the parent convention. The combined instrument entered into force until October 1983. In 1997, a protocol was adopted to amend the convention and a new Annex 6 was added which entered into force on 19 May 2005. MARPOL has been updated and amended through the years. Annex 1 Regulations for the Prevention of Pollution by Oil entered into force to October 1983, covers prevention of pollution by oil operational measures as well as form accident discharges. 1992 amendments to Annex 1 made it mandatory for new oil tankers to have double hulls and brought in pace and schedule for existing tankers to fit double hulls, which was subsequently revised in 2001 and 2003. Annex 2 Regulations for the Control of Pollution by Noxious Liquid Substances in Bulk entered into force to October 1983. Details the discharge criteria and measures for the control pollution by noxious liquid substance carried in bulk. Some 2050 substances were evaluated and included the list appended to the convention. The discharge of the residues is allowed into reception facilities until certain concentrations and conditions which vary with the category of substances are complied with. Annex 3 Prevention of pollution by harmful substances carried by sea package from entered into force 1 July 1992 contains general requirements for the issuing of detailed standards on packing, marking, labeling, documentation, storage, quantity limitation, exemptions, and notifications. For the purpose of this annex, harmful substances are those substances which are identified as marine pollutants in the International Maritime Dangerous Goods Code IMDG code, or which meet the criteria in the appendix of Annex 3. Annex 4. Prevention of pollution by sewage from ships entered into force 27 September 2003 contains requirements to control pollution of the sea by sewage. The discharge of sewage into the sea is prohibited except when the ship has operation an approved sewage treatment plant and when the ship is discharging comminuted and disinfected sewage using an approved system at a distance of more than 3 nautical miles from the nearest land. Sewage is not comminuted or disinfected has to be discharged at a distance of more than 12 nautical miles from the nearest land. Annex 5, Prevention of Pollution by Garbage from Ships, entered into force 31 December 1988, deals with different types of garbage and specifies the distances from the land and the manner in which they may be disposed of. Two most important picture of Annex is the complete ban exposed to the disposal of the sea and all forms of plastics. Annex 6, Prevention of World Pollution. Ships entered into force 19 May 2005, sets limits on the sulfur oxide and nitrogen oxide emissions from ships' exhaust and prohibits deliberate emissions of ozone-depleting substances. Designated emission control areas set more stringent standards for SOx, NOx, and particulate matter. A chapter adopted in 2011 covers mandatory technical and operational energy efficiency measures aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions from systems. That's all, sir. Thank you.